Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to do another rant of the week. And this time we're going to be doing talking about the reveals at the San Diego Comic Con. I had a huge list of it, but I forgot that list somewhere. So I'm just going to go off of memory of everything that was revealed. Um, so, before we get started, um, you know, all the Marvel Legends figures that I got yesterday, that I did the unboxing for yesterday. The way I'm going to start reviewing some of them is I'm going to, like, all the Hulks I got, I'm going to review in one go, and then pick the one that I'm going to have on my display shelf. So, that should be kind of interesting, I think. Not like super, super interesting, but, I mean, I like having all of the figures, don't get me wrong, but it's also really nice to be able to be picky on which ones I'm going to put on the shelf. Uh, so, yeah, that's going to be fun. Anyway, so I guess let's start off with the Platinum reissues of Perceptor and Blaster. What I gotta say about them is, woo. Only really cool thing is the fact that they're going to be Target exclusives. That's actually pretty cool. I really liked it when you'd have to go store to store to store searching for all the different exclusives that would come out around the same time. This store would have a Masterpiece Starscream. The next store would have Masterpiece Classics figures. I thought that was a lot of fun having so many Masterpiece figures, or so many different figures being released as exclusives. So it's cool that they're bringing that back a little bit. Then they got a Masterpiece Triptychon, or not Masterpiece, Platinum reissue of Triptychon. That one does look pretty cool. I do like that. I'm not entirely sure if I'll get him. But then again, if I see a Triptychon on the shelf, I don't know if I can say no. I know I can sit there and be like, all right, I'm not going to order this guy, but if I'm actually holding it in hand, I might crack. So that's pretty cool. Early on next year, we're going to get G2 versions of Superion and G2 version of Minosaur in box sets, and complete, not with partial, not having the off-road and Alpha Bravo. That's pretty cool. I can definitely get behind that. I was in here just about to go buy another Superion and Minosaur. I sold mine and the Defensor I had. I was just about ready to go buy those again, just because I liked having the molds and having fun to play with them. But I probably will hold off till the G2 versions come out. And if they're doing those, then I'm hoping that they'll do Defensor and Bruticus later too. So that'd be pretty cool. I'm excited for those. I know not many people are, and I know it's not the most thrilling of things. But honestly, that was probably the highlight of the reveals. They showed off more of the stuff that we saw at BotCon. I know they showed off some new RID stuff, but we're not into RID, so they could show off 1,000 new RID figures, and I would be sitting there like, there's a rumor going around that the next Masterpiece is going to be Hound. No one's 100% on that. Yeah. Okay. Some people are saying that. Some people are saying they're doing the silhouette and announcing the information to fight off the third party figures, but at the end of the day, do they really need to fight the third-party figures? I mean, couldn't they just be like, done, and just open a lawsuit against somebody for stealing their properties? I don't think it'd be that difficult for them to do. But unless, of course, they're just enjoying the competition. I don't know. I don't know. Because I hope they're not rushing into things to compete with third party. I mean, Bad Streets Prime wasn't rushed because there was no third party to compete with at the time for MPs. And he definitely shows lots of love and care. So, yeah, whatever. I guess let's talk about the bright elephant in the room. That would be the horrible Fembot combiner. I don't think anybody liked the way that turned out. And this is Hasbro. This is why we can't have nice things. Right here. I mean, wow. Just wow. So it's a really horrible minty Christmas color, green and red. God, that thing is just god awful. It is the definition of eyesore, and I'm a fan of G2. The bright colors of G2. I'm a fan of that. This, no. I'm not a fan of green and purple, although this is more like green and red. It's pretty bad. It's really bad. So basically what we're getting with that, the core body is a retool of Hotspot. The mini bot, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be a repaint of Groove. I think they all have new heads. I'm not 100%, but then we get the breakdown and dead end mold. Now that dead end mold, by the time this comes out, I'm not gonna be entirely sure how well that's holding up, because that's gonna be getting to be a floppy mess soon. With mold degradation, I know they've gotten better about keeping their figures away from mold degradation, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that, because to reuse a mold that many times, I mean, let's think about it. For the dead end. For the dead end mold, you got dead end, you got Wild Rider. Then you got the Takara versions. Then you got Streetwise and Takara Streetwise. I know one of the Autobots is going to be utilizing that mold. Then we get to the Fembot. I mean, 8 molds in 1 year. That's insane. There's no way that thing's gonna hold up. And then the arms are going to be retooled versions of the Alpha Bravo mold. Again, you get Alpha Bravo, okay? Then you got Blades. And we're gonna have 2 in this set. And then also Blast Off. That's what we got. We got at least 5. No, and then the Takara Blades. So there's 6 on that one. You couldn't use a jet, really. They had to use 2 helicopters, and then they retool the arms so they don't have the big missile pods on them. And I'm just sitting there. I was like, why couldn't they do that for Blades? Because Blades shouldn't have missile pods. I'm mean, really? Oh, yeah. Right one. This set just looks so bad. And of course, everyone's gonna ask me, "Are you gonna get it?" Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Um, I'm not gonna like it. Um, I'm gonna get the I'm gonna get the Combiner Wars or Generations uh, Devastator. Um, not gonna like it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna review it. Um, yeah. As soon as I do G2 colors, I'll be pretty happy. Um, like I said, I hope to do Bruticus and Minosaur or Defensor. Um, and yeah, okay. To the guy that trolled me on my BotCon video, saying that I was an idiot because because the fembots were supposed to be the fembot combiner hunters that don't combine. No, I was talking about this horrid piece of shit. Not the hunters. Um, before you before you troll somebody, make sure you know what you're talking about. Um, don't just troll them with what you think you know. Um, yeah, moron. See what else did we? What else did we get? I think that's just about it. They did announce that they're gonna have Blue Streak or Silver Streak. I think that's what they're calling them in the U.S. The MP Nissan. They're gonna do that at Toys R Us, and lo and behold, as soon as they said that, it pops up on Toys R Us, and it's about $60. So at least the price is better on that because Prowl was 70 or 80. And it was definitely a price of, yeah, I'm not going to pick that up. No, it's not worth more than the Takara version. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. Oh, and we're also going to get an MP Screamer. Of course, I just bought the full Coronation set one. So, now we're going to get one, I guess, early October. So I'm probably going to buy a few of those so that I can repaint them to be the rest of the Seekers. And I guess that's really it for the Transformers news. I don't think we got anything else. Oh, and then Hasbro did. Oh, almost forgot. Scattershot. They showed off Scattershot. A retool of the Silverbolt mold. Looks like he's got new wings, new nose cone, some new sculpted detail. Like a new robot head and stuff like that. And he's gonna. I can't remember the name of the combiner he's supposed to form. And I do mean I can't remember the name of the combiner he's supposed to form because he forms a different combiner than Computron. He's not Computron. So yeah, it's like we got Scattershot, but he's not forming Computron. And when asked, Hasbro said, "Nah, we're not doing Technobots. We're just doing Scattershot." I I don't know what they're thinking here. Yeah, they're. Oh, and they also announced the TV show based on, or a series based on Combiner Wars, which is both cool and also like, what are you doing if? What are you doing if you're not going to be doing more combiners? Because they obviously aren't not any combiners that we're familiar with. Anyway, So, yeah, if they're not going to be doing combiners, then why are we doing a Combiner Wars show? That's kind of ridiculous. And I think it's gonna, when it finally comes out, it's gonna be a little late in the game for it. Um, like I say, it's like, yeah, we got Scattershot, but he combines with other Autobots. Like they pose him with the next wave of Autobot cars, and it's like, no. So I'll be interested to see if like Takara, because Takara seems to be filling in Hasbro shoes. They made the idea of Slingshot instead of Alpha Bravo, Wild Rider instead of Off Road. They're gonna replace Rook with a brand new sculpted Rook. So it's like Hasbro's like, oh, let's see if you can repaint something. Okay, you got that one down. Let's see if you can repaint this one. Oh, okay. See if you can make a whole new sculpt. Okay, you got that one. All right, now 4 new sculpts. Or maybe they'll retool some of the existing molds, which, I mean, it's stupid. Why would you not retool existing molds? I don't know. Maybe they're just being little bastards and they're going to do it later. And then they, when asked, are they doing any, Dinobots or Predacons? Hasbro specifically said no, and they have no plans of doing any of the Beast Formers. Beast Combiners. So no Abominus, no Seacons, no Predacons, no Dinobots. I mean, they just shot it all down. So that's it. I mean, that's that's all the combiners. There's nothing left. In the original G1 cartoon, Devastator, Superion, Minosaur, Bruticus, Defensor, Abominus, Computron, and Predaking. So they're not doing. Let's see. They did Superion, Minosaur, Defensor. Bruticus is coming. Okay. They're not doing Computron, Abominus, Predaking, or yeah. Oh, and then they did Devastator. So they've either said they're not doing them or they've done them. So if they're planning on keeping Combine Wars going, they're gonna be just doing what they're doing with the rest of the Autobots and just repainting things we already have. So at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the area bots repainted as Seekers. Those will probably get the Conehead treatment. And if the show works out a little bit, I would personally be prepared to see nothing but repaints of these figures for the next few years. That's it. That's what we're going to get. Nothing but repaints. Maybe they'll throw in a new mold here and there and throw us a bone, but they're going to keep using them until the molds are so degraded that they can't actually hold together. That's my personal opinion of what we're going to get. Does that make me excited for the next few years? No. Or at least the next year? No. I mean, and especially since, they're not, I mean, it's a waste of our time if they're not going to do all the combiners. They did all the ones that they're going to do, and what's next? We're just going to get repaints into figures that weren't supposed to be in combiners. So that's all we're going to get. Over and 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 over. It's gonna get to that point real quick where your collection is going to have essentially 2 different cars, maybe 3 different planes, and repaints of all of those. That's it. 1 truck repainted a bunch of times, 1 armored truck repainted and retooled a bunch of times, 1 fire truck, 1 big plane, 1 semi truck. I mean, they're going to use it for everything that they can. We're going to get a Nemesis Prime, I'm sure. Probably some Nemesis Autobots. I mean, this is it. This is our future for Hasbro and Combiner Wars. People do say that I give Hasbro a hard time, but I really went to bat for them when they announced Combiner Wars. I was like, all right, this is gonna be good, but I have no hope of this line. 0. Beginning of the year we'll get the Defensor, and then that wave with what's his name, Skylinks, and those Autobot cars, and then everything else is going to be repaint after repaint. I think they're going to be releasing the Fembot Combiner soon, but I think it might have delayed it to next year. So who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much it. What are you guys' thoughts? Did I miss anything? Transformer wise, probably did, but it's probably not that important. You can see how excited I am about the reveals. I'm more excited for TFCon now, because the third-party news has been kind of lackluster lately. Somebody knocked off Quakewave. Rumor that Quakewave's getting reissued. Somebody else knocked off Quakewave with doing a retool of them. So it's like, okay. Excited for the reissue, but everything else, you can keep everything else. Yeah. That's really it. Hopefully, just let everybody know. I had somebody walk out at work. So, of course, being management, I have to cover their shifts until I get somebody hired and trained. So it's going to make my videos a little bit more tricky to get done. But I'm going to try my best to get Tesla reviewed tomorrow. Luckily, he is not a complicated figure. I had a chance to crack him open and mess with him today. So, here he is. So we'll get the review on him done. Hopefully tomorrow he'll be the next one. I don't have my new display base, but we're gonna do it anyway. And then hopefully Tuesday we'll get the raffle itself done, and I'll get them shipped out. I will not be doing the arm and leg swap because this essentially is not my figure, and I'm just borrowing it, so I want to make sure that he gets sent out in as best condition as he came in. Oh, and I'm filming this on Saturday night because I won't have time to do it Sunday, so I don't know if they're going to do any more reveals. If they do, I'm going to do an update, so remember that. This is Saturday night. I think they're done with the Transformer stuff, but I don't, maybe they'll reveal something at last minute Sunday, but I don't think so. So, yeah, there you go.